Hey y'all, welcome back to Rhino Fishing TV. Thanks for tuning in, and before we jump into today's video, I'd like to invite you to subscribe if you haven't already done so, and thank those of you that have subscribed for continuing to tune in and watch and leave comments and give me thumbs up. I really appreciate it. So in today's video, you're going to see me start out fishing a little bit of topwater, quite a bit of topwater actually, and I throw the whopper plopper a little bit. I don't get bit on it. But then I jump into throwing the Kayak noisy flapper. You've seen me fish this bait before, and I'm a real fan of it. And the reason why I started out with it today basically is because I already had it tied on. What I really wanted to do was try out a couple of new lures that I got in a recent shipment from Carl's Bait and Tackle. I'll leave the video to that unboxing right up here, and you can check that out. But back to the noisy flapper. I get hit on that a lot, but my hookup ratio is not great, and I think it's because the body of the bait is so thick, and even though I'm using a wide gap worm hook, there's just not a lot of room for the fish to get that hook, and for me to get a good hook set. So I don't know, I'm making excuses, but I did manage to catch a couple on that. But after this bait wore out, I decided to go ahead and jump to one of the lures that I was most interested in finding out if I could catch some fish on it. And that was the Big O's Eeliminator, and they come in a pack of 6, and I went through every one of them except 2. I think I have 2 of them left, so I was getting bit on it pretty well, and I was simply rigging it weightless, and you rig it so that the kind of the V-shaped side of the lure is on the bottom, so the shank of the hook would be down here so that it swims that way, and that kind of keeps it up on top of the water like a keel. And it has a flappy tail that buzzes the top of the water, and you can see that the tail got bit off of this one, and that happened to 2 or 3 of them. You'll see that in the video. But they really liked this as a topwater lure. I was surprised at how much they hit it. My hookup ratio was also much better on that than it was with the noisy flapper. And then the other lure that I wanted to really try out was the Biospawn Vilebug. This is the, forget what that one's called, candy grass or something, and you can see that I wore that one out at the tip because they seem to like it a lot. I just simply Texas rigged it like I would a worm with a 3/16 ounce tungsten weight and a wide gap worm hook, 3/0 I believe, and they seemed to like it. I caught a few pickerel on it, but I also caught a few bass. And I want to show you something that I really like about this bait. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got these holes in there, and there's a center section in the lure that's really thin. And so when you rig this bait up, your worm hook, when you bring it back up through the lure, it comes up through that little thin part in the middle, and it's very similar in size to a smaller plastic worm, and I prefer that over other creature baits that have a thicker body, because in this case, when the fish bites the lure, I think you're much more likely to get better hook penetration because of how thin that little section of the lure is. Anyway, I was happy with those, and I'm looking forward to going back out there again and throwing the other color that I bought, which is Junebug. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, please leave a thumbs up. Good morning, everybody. Bear with me when I get my cameras all set up here. It is bright and early Saturday morning, and the lake is like glass, and I don't know, it's just begging me to throw some topwater. So that's the way I'm going to start out this morning. And I have the old whopper plopper tied on, as well as a buzz toad. So we'll throw those things for a while and see what happens. I'm also interested in throwing the Eeliminator that I got from Carl's Bait and Tackle a few days ago. Let's try a little froggy here. A Kayak noisy flapper. And after that thing wears out, I'm going to put on that Eeliminator. Got one. All right. On the noisy flapper. Good morning, Mr. Fish. If I can unhook you, you swallowed it though. Look at that. There we go. Thank you for playing. All right, it was pretty easy on my bait too. See if we can do that again. There's another one. Barely hooked in the bottom lip. Little dinker. Ooh, that one ate it hard. Oh, he got off. There's one. Oh, it's going to be a good topwater day. For the dinks, anyway. There's my first Eeliminator fish. If I can get him here. He's not very big. I'm skiing him in. Not too bad. Probably a 13. No, let me take it back. Probably an 11. I just got that Eeliminator rigged weightless on a 3/0 wide gap worm hook, and I'm just swimming it on top of the water. Pretty easy. You don't have to reel it very fast to keep it up on the top. All right, let's try the Vilebug. Is that a fish? Oh. That is. Must be a pike. Yep. Good riddance. Okay, just threw back out there after I hooked that pike. Didn't quite get him into the boat. That's okay. You know how I feel about those. Here's a fish. I kind of won't, but kind of got. One of these guys. Yeah, let's de-slime everything. Check my leader again, doesn't feel nicked up. Fish. All right, warming up to the Vilebug. If this is a bass, it is. Ooh. Best one of the day so far, I think. Let's see. Go 13 1/4. I know that's not very big to most of you guys, but it makes me happy. Scares me when it does that. Hope y'all saw that one. Already bit the tail off that one. It's gonna run out. Hit it again, couldn't hang on to it. Got it that time. should have known. You still a little slimer? Well, that one got the tail bit off too. Down to 3. Should have got more. All right, here we go again. Man, something is really interested in it up there. Man, that is something small. Whew. Could get the smallest fish award for that guy. Nope. Got the tail. It's a little bass. On the Eeliminator, you're skinny and small. That's what she said. And the little bitty thing on the Eeliminator, really little. Another one. Much better than the last one, for sure. Hope that didn't penetrate your pea-sized brain. There's a fish. Oh, nice little bass. Got off at the boat.